Hello everyone and welcome to yet another video of question paper analysis. As you know, I am doing the question paper analysis of Forest Ranger 2023 and I am into the fifth question. The fifth question relates to the Constitution of India. In fifth questions also, in the Constitution of India, I am into the eighth number salient features, which is a fundamental rights. How many fundamental rights are there? There are six fundamental rights. What are they? Right to equality, right to freedom or right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, educational and cultural rights, and constitutional remedies. Now, I have already completed discussion of right to freedom and right to equality. Now, I will discuss about the right against exploitation. What do you mean by exploitation? Right against exploitation. So in Constitution of India, this right against exploitation is a fundamental rights, and Article 23 and 24 deals with this right against exploitation. Now we will learn separately what does Article 23 say and 24 means. Now Article 23 prohibits trafficking of human. What does this trafficking means? Trafficking means selling of human. Suppose you collect humans from the tribal areas of Orissa, Jharkhand or Arunachal Pradesh and you sell it in the developed cities like Bangalore, Chennai and Mumbai for different purposes. So you cannot, it is prohibited in the Article 23 of the Constitution. Number 2, it prohibits slavery system. Slavery system is prohibited. You cannot keep a person as a slave. Earlier, what the large zamindars used to do, they keep large amount of people as a slave of theirs. Now it is prohibited. Now same is bonded laborers. Now this is about Article 23. Article 23 prohibits trafficking. This is the most important for the competitive examination part of you. The question will come as which article prohibits trafficking of human beings? Then the answer will be Article 23. Now let's go to the Article 24. What does Article 24 says? Article 24 is about children. Employment, it prohibits employment of children below 14 years in factories. So Article 24 prohibits, you cannot keep children under 14 years of age in any work, be it in restaurants, be in factories, be in household activities, nothing. Now in 1996, what Supreme Court did, Supreme Court thought that the children which are 12, 11 years of age and which are orphan, nobody is there to look after them, from where they will get monetary aid. So they suggested government to open children's welfare account. So in that account, any individuals of which are citizen of India, or it may be the NIRs, which can donate certain amount of money in that account for the children's welfare. So the next fundamental right is right to freedom of religion. Right right to freedom freedom of religion. So this is also a fundamental right. This article deals, the article which deals with this fundamental right is Article 25 to 28. So what is 25 article? Article 25 says that you can propagate, practice any religion you want. Suppose you want to follow a certain religion, you can follow that religion. Suppose you are Hindu, I can follow any religion. I can follow Christian as a religion. I can follow Islam as a religion. So I have the power, I have the right to follow any religion. That is, propagate, follow any religion. Any religion. 26. What does 26 article of this right to freedom of religion says? It says that you can practice any affairs with the religions. You can do some rituals within the religions, but you must remember it cannot or it should not harm the fundamental rights of other religions. This is, you can practice religious affairs. Now what is 27? 27 deals with, it's a tax free. Whenever you donate something, you don't have to pay tax. For example, if Ambanis donate a garland of gold to a certain temple, that is a tax free. Tax will not be deducted from him. It is a tax free regime. Tax free donations. So 25, 26, 27 is the articles which falls under right to freedom of religion. Now, most important article of this right to freedom of religion is Article 28. Article 28 says that if an institution is fully governed, fully governmental, healed by government, or healed by government, fully government, or there is application approved is the correct word, approved by government. So when a government institution is a fully governmental institution, for example, Kendriya Vidyalaya is a fully government institution, Kendriya Vidyalaya, and HEALD is financed by government. Financed by government is Madrasa. Madrasa is financed by government, and approved by government is private institutions. Private institutions which are approved by the government. In fully government institution, you cannot practice any religious activities. For example, in the Kendriya Vidyalaya, there is no celebrations of Saraswati Puja. You will find that no one celebrates Saraswati Puja. There is no organization of Saraswati Puja in the Kendra Vidyalaya, as because it is a fully government school or institutions. Now, what is healed by government? Healed by government, it is financed by the government because this madrasa belongs to the minority area, minor people in India who are called minority, the Muslim peoples are called madrasa. The madrasa, you can propagate your religious cultures. In madrasa, they taught about Quran and everything. It is allowed. It is not banned according to the fundamental rights of right to freedom of religion. Now, what is approved? Approved is approved means one institution, private institution who have registered under the government. In these institutions, he or the institution owner can propagate, practice any religion they want. For example, Don Bosco is a approved governmental institution, even though it is run by the Christian monasteries, but it is approved by the government to run inside the area of India. That is called right to freedom of religion. Now, next fundamental right is rights of cultural and educational rights. Cultural and educational rights. Educational rights. Educational rights. Now, there are two articles for this cultural and educational rights. It's Article 29 and 30. So, what does Article 29 and 30 says? Article 29 is protection of minorities. Protection of minorities. So, as I mentioned earlier, that who are regarded as a minorities. The Muslims or the Islam people in India are regarded as minorities, protection of interest of minorities. Interest of minorities. So Muslims are regarded as minorities in India. So they need to be protected. The interest of the minorities needs to be protected. So it provides a protection to the interest of the minorities. What does this interest means? Interest means religious affairs. They can do their religious freely without any hindrance. This 29 article states like that. What does it? Article 30. Article 30 states the right of minorities to establish educational institutions. Right of minorities to establish educational institutions. One of the examples which I have mentioned is madrasa. Madrasa is a healed by government. Government provide expenses or monetary to madrasa, and in madrasa they can propagate their own religious. They can teach, preach whatever religious aspect they believe. This is all about cultural and education rights. And the last fundamental right is constitutional remedies. Constitutional remedies. Now, what does it mean? Constitutional remedies means if you are deprived above fundamental laws, So where you will go to complain? So you can complain in the Supreme Court by filing a petition that your fundamental rights have been denied. Under which article you can complain? You can complain Article 32. So this is also known as soul of the heart and soul of the Constitution. Heart and soul of the Constitution. Soul of the Constitution. Constitution. So this is very important for the exam point of view. The Article 32. If your rights are denied, where will complain? You can complain directly to the Supreme Court. Under which article the provisions is made? In Article 32. Now this is all about fundamental rights. Since the fundamental right is a very important chapter in the salient features of the constitutions, I have collected some MCQs. Now I think they will appear one by one with in the screen. I hope I can edit these MCQs and put it on your screen. The first question which will come on your screen: which of the following rights is available to both citizens and non-citizens? I will not discuss these questions. I will just read out, and these are the most important questions for the exam point of view. So the first question is, which of the following rights is available for both citizens and non-citizens? Option is Article 15, B is Article 16, C is Article 19, and D is Article 21. The correct answer is Article 21. So Article 21 gives lots of rights to a particular person. So you must have remembered right to sleep is also a fundamental right under Article 21. Now moving ahead, what is the right? Question number 2. The question number 2 states that the right to property was removed from the fundamental rights by which amendment? The answer is very simple. 44th Amendment. 42nd Amendment is also known as mini constitution. In the 44th Amendment, the right to property, in which article right to property was there? Article right to property was there in Article 31, which was removed. Now, which question number 3, moving ahead, which article cannot be suspended even during the emergency? Article 19, Article 20, Article 25, Article 29. The correct answer is Article 20. It cannot be removed when during the emergency. Procedure establishment of law. Procedure establishment of law is itself a salient feature of the Constitution. In Article 21 was expanded by a case. Which is the case? The answer is B. Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India. Now moving ahead, what is question number 5? Question number 5 states that which writ is issued to prevent a lower court from exceeding its jurisdictions. A lower court cannot exceed its jurisdictions. The lower court cannot give a jurisdictions in New Delhi. Our court cannot give have a jurisdictions or give judgments or opinions in Delhi. So the correct answer is option C, prohibition. Which of the following articles deals with the protection in respect of conviction of offense? Conviction of offense, Article 20. Now question number 7, which article provides equality of opportunity in public employment? The answer is Article D. Article 16. Article 16 gives, yes, Article 16 gives public equal opportunity in public employment. The doctrine of basic structure was propounded in Kesavananda Bharati case. The doctrine of basic structure, the doctrine of basic structure was propounded in Kesavananda Bharati case. Moving ahead, question number 9. Which article abolishes titles except military and academic? The answer is Article 18. According to Article 18, you can use titles like doctor for if you have gained PhD degrees, or the captains, brigadiers, you can use those titles, but you cannot use Bharat Ratna Award, Bhupen Hazarika. You cannot use those articles. So which article prohibits? Article 18. The question number 10. Which of the following is not covered under Article 19? So this is a basic common sense question. Everything is written as freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of profession, but right to education. The answer will be right to education. Question number 11. Which articles deal with prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor? So the correct answer is Article 23. The article which prohibits of human trafficking is Article 23. Now question number 12. Which fundamental right is directly enforceable through the Supreme Court of India? Yes, which article? Just now I have studied the Article 32. Through 32, you can file a petition in the Supreme Court of India that you are denied with the fundamental rights. Now question number 13. Article 24 prohibits child labor in hazardous employment. Article 24 relates to the child labor. And Article 14, I guess question number 14. Which article protects the interest of minorities? Just now I have told the Article 29. 29 protects the interest of minorities. Which case held that fundamental rights cannot be amended? Later it overruled. Question number B, Golaknath case. So these are the 15 questions which I have selected, and these are the most important questions. So that's the end of this class, and I have completed the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights is a very important information, a piece of information you must always know, because there are something which you are facing in your life and it is a fundamental right. For example, right to have electricity is a fundamental right, but most of the people doesn't know it falls under fundamental right because of the negligence, because of the illiteracy, because of the ignorance. So that's all for today's presentation. Hope you like it, and in the next class I will move to the next question of the question paper. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.